Now let's continue with question 13 on practice 3. Question 13 says that if n is an integer and n squared plus 5 is an odd. So you notice that in this case, if u plus 5 become odd, so n squared must be even then. So if n squared is even, so n must be even. Alright? So this is very simple. They said must be true. So must be true. N squared minus 1 is even. N is even, you square is also even. Even minus odd is odd. So 1 is out. So it cancels out all the 1. So obviously the answer is only D. Okay? So number 14. So they said that when the number of people who contribute equally to a gift decrease from 4 to 3, each person must pay an additional $10. What is the cost of the gift? So each person must pay an additional $10. So now from 4 people to 3. So now like the 3 people have to pay extra. So the extra will be 3 times 10, which is $30. Right? So the extra is $30. So that means the one person who get out is $30. They pay each of them. So because you give up the $30, then the rest of the 3 have to pay the give up part evenly. So actually the extra is 1 person before. You can write give up and total pay. The give up is actually equal to total pay, which is 3 times 3% times each of them 10, so which is 30. So the give up is 1 person, which is $30. So the gift original is 4 people before times 30 each, right? Because the $30 is the give up person. So 4 times 30 is 120 in this case. So number 15. If n is any even integer, what is the remainder when n plus 1 squared part is divided by 4? Right, they have an actual formula, but we just try out, right? In this case, when you square, you divide by 4. Now let's check a number. Even number, okay? You said this is even, any even, so you have 2 plus 1. Okay? 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 squared is 9. 9 divided by 4, you have a remainder of 1. Let's say this is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 squared is 25 divided by 4. The remainder is also 1. So the answer is B in this case. Alright? It's very obvious in this case. Now, actually if n is even number, you square it, if you divide by 4, you always don't have any remainder. Why? Even number square, even number, let's say it's a 2n. Even number, let's say n is any number. If this is even number means n, when n is 1, this is 2, so it's even number. When n is 2, 2 times 3 is 4, so it's also even number. When n is 3, 3 times 3 is 6, is also even number. When you square it, you get 4n squared. So whenever an even number divided by 4, because it's multiple of 4 here, so whenever an even number square divided by 4, you don't have any remainder because you have 2 squared, which is a multiple of 4. So but here is plus 1, so you always have 1 square as a remainder. Number 16. Now they say how many marbles are in the jar, but they said that a jar contains 40 and 50 marbles. Between 40 and 50, so it's 40 something. The choices are all 40 something. If the marbles are taken out the jar 3 at a time, 2 marbles will be left in the jar. And 3 at a time divided by 3, you have remainder of 2. So you look at number, which one is multiple of 3 with remainder of 2. Right? So then they said the marbles are taken out of the jar 5 at a time, 4 marbles will be left. So divided by 5, a remainder of 4. So divided by 5 is easier. So this one divided by 5, you have a remainder of 4. Now you have to figure out which one divided by 3 have the remainder of 2. So only C, 44 divided by 3, has a remainder of 2. Number 17. When A is divided by 7, the remainder is 5. And B is divided by 7, the remainder is 4. What is the remainder of when A plus B when divided by 7? So it's very simple, you just add up the remainder. 5 plus 4, which is 9. 9 divided by 7. The remainder will be equal to 2. Right? So you just say A plus B, you just add up the remainder because they divide by the same number. So you just add up, you just do the sum of the remainder and divide by the 7. When they are all the same, you can just deal with the remainder. Number 18, how many integers from negative 3000 to 3000 inclusive? Inclusive means including negative 3000 and 3000 are divisible by 3. So you can start from 1 to 3000 because this is like negative 1 to 3000, negative 3000. 1 to 3000 divided by 3, you have 1000 of them divided by 3. So the same thing on this side, so you have 1000 and 1000, and you have to remember you have a 0 in between. So you have plus 1 more. So this is 2001 number is divided by 3. Number 19. When a positive integer k is divided by 6, positive integer k is divided by 6, the remainder is 1. What is the remainder when 5k divided by 3? A number divided by 6 is also divided by 3. It makes sense because 3 is a factor of 6. 5k, so which means the k times 5, so this means take the remainder times 5. 1 times 5 is 5, then divided by 3. So remainder will be equal to 2. So answer is 2 in this case. Number 20. What is the smallest positive integer p, which 2 to the p is not a prime number? Just plug in the number. Positive integers. 2, let's say p is 1, so 2 squared plus 1 is 5. When p is equal to 2, so 2 power 4 plus 1 is 6, 17. Then p equal to 3 is 2 to the 6 plus 1, 2 to the 6 is 64 plus 1 is 65. So this is not integer, so p is 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we're done with number 20.